I often get asked, where's the best place to put my investment when I'm doing marketing? And a number of people have been thinking about running a business show, or actually to attend a business show, to exhibit at a show. And let me tell you, after I've worked it out, it's a really bad idea. Honestly, I mean, I built my first two businesses on this pre-COVID. A lot of in-person was there, but the numbers just don't stack up. And I'm going to show you in the next 2 minutes exactly why you can better spend your money elsewhere. So my friend, a client of mine, is exhibiting at the business show, and the cost of that was about £4,500 for a normal booth that isn't even in any of the prime positions. It's like 2 rows back in a narrow little aisle opposite some other weird and wonderful people, amongst hundreds of exhibitors at the business show. Now, don't get me wrong, these shows are great to attend. You get to network with people, see people, you might get a bit of feel and get some inspiration. But if you are actually exhibiting, you're stuck to your stand. You're having to bring people with you, which might be an employment cost. You're having to stand on your feet the whole time and hopefully collect business cards, only hopefully that 1 or 2 people might actually come back and be of interest. Now, of course, it does work because those 1 or 2 people do come back and some of them might be interested. But here's the thing, he spent $4,500 on the actual cost of the booth. And then he obviously had to get there. He had to put up accommodation. He had to put hotels, travel, all of that stuff, marketing material, printing of collateral, little freebies for the actual trade show stand. So it cost him about £6,000 in the end. Now I was trying to work it out and actually go, well, actually, what if he didn't do that? What would his actual ads budget be, for example, if he was going to spend that elsewhere? So I thought, well, if I just do a bit of a calculation and work out if he was going to spend that £6,000 and he was going to divide that over the 306, oh no, it's not 600, but divide that over 365 days running ads, he's going to have a £16.50 budget per day to spend on ads. Now, the exciting thing about that is actually if we look at an ad campaign that I've run this ad campaign for ages. It's very typical for an ad campaign that you might find for a service sector, coaching business, etc. Just a lead generation campaign. So I'm running a lead gen ad into like an evergreen, like 5-day challenge. It's basically like a pre-recorded thing. Oh, sorry, if you're seeing that, I went to an Indian wedding last night, so I've got a henna tattoo. So it's not a real one, but there you go. But if we run an ad campaign over this using these numbers, we're working on a £4.49 ad cost. So the cost per lead is £4.49. That's not a great cost, and this is just like an average sort of set and forget campaign, right? But the beauty is, if we actually go back to our calculation and divide this by that £4.40, I think it's £4.49, basically £4.50, that means we're getting, on average, 3 leads a day. That's 3 leads a day. That's 3 inquiries into your business every single day. That's a huge possibility of generating leads. I mean, how many leads do you need? Well, I can tell you our numbers. We need 10 leads to be able to get an appointment, right? So if I need 10 leads to get an appointment and I need 3 appointments to make a sale, that means I need 30 leads to be able to make a sale. So if I need 30 leads to make a sale, well then if it's 3.66, so let's just do the real numbers. Let's divide 30 leads, because that's how many leads I need to make a sale. And I'm going to divide that by the 3.66 leads I'm getting per day. On average, I need 8 days to make a sale, right? And so that means if I'm making 1 sale every 8 days, bear with me, if I do 365 days divided by 8 days, so 1 sale every 8 days, that's 45 sales in the year that I'd be making by spending the same amount of money on ads. Now, if your average order size, say, is £5,000, that means that's almost £250,000 that you're leaving on the table. The opportunity cost of you doing this is actually £250,000. Now, I know people say, well, look, it's great for brand awareness and people see me. Well, actually, let's think about this. Look at this campaign here. Now, admittedly, I'm just spending twice the amount, right? Twice the amount of money than £6,000, or just under. But the impressions is over 500,000. So that's been how many times people have seen that my logo and my advert. Over 500,000 people. Now there's not 500,000 people that goes to a trade show, right? And if that was obviously 50% of that, which would be fair based upon the budget spend, that's 250,000 people would see it, right? So that is a huge difference in terms of those campaigns. So, my friends, please remember this. When you're doing this, are you actually costing yourself £250,000 by doing a trade show versus actually spending your money more wisely? I hope that gets the old grey matter going. Feel free to DM me if you want any more information on any of that. Big love, take care, and I'll see you on the flip side.